All right, well, Todd, it was not just Eric Adams touting diversity. President Biden also boasting about his support from the black community.
Look, folks, we will be back here next year. And this community is the reason why I'm standing here. This community. I promised an administration that would look like America. And I'm proud to have the most diverse administration in all American history.
But it seems like some black voters aren't on the same page as the president. Watch this.
Who do you think is better for the country, Trump or Biden?
Trump.
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 I say Trump.
Why do you say that?
He's a businessman. He's going to think business. And Biden is a racist.
No wars, great policies, best years in the stock market. Who do you think has done more for the black community, Trump or Biden?
I ain't even see Biden yet. I know Trump was out here.
Biden, that's everything.
Biden ain't doing we gonna get rid of his sleep.
Quenton Jordan is the vice president of the Black Conservative Federation. He took that video and he joined us now. Quenton, good morning to you. Tell us more about that video and the responses you got. Did everybody really pick Donald Trump over Joe Biden?
Good morning. The videos are as clear as we can make them. We spent about an entire day going across different communities on the south side of Chicago, and the resounding response that we received is that black Americans are fed up with Joe Biden and the Democratic Party. They feel as if the campaign made a lot of promises that they didn't hold up to. They feel used for their votes, and there's a large shift that we're seeing across black America, across the country, where they're leaning more towards Donald Trump and Republicans, and the Democratic Party is falling far behind.
Why, Quenton? What are they saying about Donald Trump when you speak to folks who live in black communities and inner city neighborhoods?
One of the things that's playing in Donald Trump's favor is that black Americans are starting to become more involved in conversations that they typically would not have been. So Donald Trump is starting to sound like he was right on a lot of topics. The migrant crisis is one that is a clear example. Black and brown communities are being disproportionately affected as illegal migrants are being pushed into their communities. They're being given resources that black Americans have been fighting for decades, and the Democratic Party doesn't seem to have an answer for it. And the black community just feels as if, again, they've been lied to, they've been used for their votes. And it's obvious that the resources have been there because they're being given away to people who don't even pay taxes.
Oh my gosh, so true about that. And we're hearing that from black residents across the country. And I think that this issue, the southern border issue, is impacting those communities in ways that Joe Biden never anticipated. And that's the kind of issue that people do remember in November, because it's a quality of life issue. I used to have a community center and now I don't. Those people are getting prepaid debit cards and I'm not. And now Joe Biden is trying to spin it and he's trying to say, I'm trying to secure the southern border, but former President Trump is standing in my way because of this Senate bill that he doesn't want to have pass. How do you think that's going to play?
Well, I think the truth of the matter is that the Republicans are the ones who are actively securing the border, right? If you see what's going on down in Texas, it's not the federal government, it's not Joe Biden and his administration. It's the state of Texas, their National Guard, who's actually putting up a fight to control the migrant crisis that we have. And I think that's evident, right? Not only black Americans, but all Americans can see what's going on, and that will play a tremendous role come November.
Yeah, that's right. And we have some poll numbers. The recent poll found that President Biden's approval is at 46% compared to 2 years ago. He was at 72. So with that level of dissatisfaction, doesn't it seem like it would be a good time, Quenton, for Republicans to start campaigning in black communities? They tend not to because they feel like they're so solidly blue. It might be a waste of campaign funds. But what do you think about now?
Well, I think what was evident from the videos and some of the interviews that we didn't capture is that Donald Trump is doing just that, right? The black community is leaning more towards him because he's visible, right? He's not campaigning from his basement. He's actually out making a statement. He's taking questions, the tough questions. He's listening, and he's putting forth an effort to capture the black vote. And that's what is resonating with people. Yeah. Joe Biden, in many cases, has made a lot of promises that haven't been kept. And I think that the black community is just fed up. They're making a fourth quarter Hail Mary here to try to get a lot of things across. But it's evident that, hey, we're going into an election season.
That's right.
This is the typical pandering that we see from that side.
There was that one guy that you spoke to who said, I've never seen Joe Biden before. Where is he? I used to see Donald Trump. And that last lady that we played, she had some thoughts, too. I don't think you want to mess with her. Quenton, thank you for joining us this morning. The video, very interesting. We appreciate you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.